What's up guys? Today I'm going to share my top 5 stocks to buy in the month of December 2021. I spent hours of research going over hundreds of different companies and I found a few that I believe to have huge growth potential this month. Black Friday not only happened to have some amazing sales on some of my favorite brands, but we also saw the VIX or volatility indicator break out of its year-and-a-half downtrend, which made many stocks go on sale. We could be looking at a really nice run to close out the year with the market taking a bit of a pullback. Today we'll be looking at several promising companies that should yield amazing returns this month. Be sure to watch this video all the way through as I'll be giving my full analysis on each of these stocks and I'll be covering relevant news, significant numbers, price action of the stock, and my price predictions. As a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor and my stock picks are not financial advice. This video is for entertainment purposes only, and this is simply a compilation of stocks that I believe will do very well in the coming months based on my research. As always, make sure to do your own due diligence before investing your hard-earned money. Anyways, before we get started, please do me a huge favor and hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. I post weekly videos from my top stocks to teaching you how to read stock charts to my trading strategies. You won't want to miss out on any of these videos, so make sure to turn on your notification bell as well. So without further ado, let's get into my top 5 stocks for December. Our first stock is Roblox, or ticker symbol RBLX. A lot of parents have hit me up recently regarding their Roblox stock blowing up as a result of them buying its IPO, mainly because all their kids were playing it. Now, I mentioned this stock back in August as one of my top stock picks for the month, so if you bought it back then, you would have doubled your money in just 3 months from when I called it out around $75. Well, I'm recommending it again because of its role in the metaverse. Some analysts even go so far as to claim that this is the stock to own in the new metaverse. For those of you not familiar with the metaverse, it is a virtual reality world where gaming and social media are all rolled into one. So it makes sense to involve in tech as it is always expanding and becoming a greater part of our lives, especially when it comes to virtual and augmented reality. While Facebook recently rebranded itself to Meta and is an obvious choice for those looking to invest in the metaverse, another company, Roblox, has a very realistic shot to blow up due to its involvement in virtual and augmented reality. Roblox is a video game design company that allows users to connect through virtual experiences and games. For starters, it is one of the most popular games in America with a cult following of almost half of all kids under 16. The Roblox platform currently has more than 40 million games, 9.5 million developers, and over 45 million daily users. Kids love playing this game so much that their parents are consistently providing them with real money for in-game currency. They definitely benefited from stay-at-home orders during the pandemic, but even as the country began to open up, their Q3 revenue for 2021 nearly doubled that of Q3 from 2020, and daily users actually increased by 31%. Stock prices popped last Friday over news that Nike will be partnering with Roblox to create Nike Land, which is a place where Nike fans can come together to play games such as dodgeball and tag, or even create their own mini games. With a ton of really exciting new partnerships such as with the NFL, Roblox should be primed for rapid growth in stock price. Looking at the fundamentals, Roblox has seen massive growth in total revenue with monumental increases year over year from $325 million in 2018 to $1.6 billion today. Its margin, which is an indicator of profitability, has been at least 74% over the last 4 years, which is insane. Alright, so coming over to the charts, Roblox recently rocketed up after earnings and news of its role in the metaverse. It's following the speed line in green, so I would look to go long when price action retraces back to the speed line. Given investor sentiment and recent position news, I have a price target of $200+. If price action breaks the speed line, I'd be looking to buy long as price touches the 20 EMA in yellow, the 50 EMA in orange, or the top of the gap at $93. Analysts have Roblox as a moderate buy with a high price target of $150. Next up on my list of top stocks to buy this month is Rivian Automotive, or ticker symbol RIVN. This is an EV manufacturer that recently IPO'd 2 weeks ago, and it hit the markets with a $100 billion valuation that hit a peak of $150 billion several days later. It began production of the R1T pickup truck in September, and it plans to begin production of the R1S SUV in December. As of September 30th, it had 48,390 reservations for the R1T and R1S, but has since grown that number to over 55,000. It also has 100,000 orders for its RCV delivery van from Amazon, which actually owns a 20% stake in Rivian. Their factory has an annual production capacity at 150,000 units and builds its battery cells in-house. Now, the obvious competitor that comes to mind in the world of EVs has to be Tesla. I love what Rivian is doing in terms of producing SUVs, pickups, and delivery trucks while altogether avoiding sedans. Now, we all know that Tesla has a very strong grip on the EV sedan market, and Rivian looks poised to take control of the rest of the market. One of the ways that they set themselves apart from Tesla is through their Rivian Adventure Network, which provides charging capabilities from parks to remote locations where you would otherwise lack access. Rivian doesn't have a cash problem either. Recent estimates have their cash reserves at $12 billion. As we saw with Tesla, EV companies have access to low interest rates and a cult following of investors eager to ride the EV wave. Stay tuned for coming news on whether Rivian is able to meet customer demand this coming year. Rivian has what it takes to become the next Tesla in terms of its market share, cash, and positive investor sentiment. However, it has to deliver cars before we can even start to compare it to Tesla. Looking at the chart, we see that its current price is very close to its IPO price. This could be an amazing opportunity to start scaling into a long-term position. Expect to hold this position for a year or more as production numbers and an increase in cash flow will be sure to give stock price a jolt. It just takes time. So our next stock is Palantir, or ticker symbol PLTR. This is a data mining company that supplies data analytics software to government agencies. Some of their prominent clients include the Department of Defense and the Department of Health and Human Services, which just recently renewed an agreement with Palantir to track vaccine distribution. During quarter 3, U.S. commercial revenue grew 103% year over year. Its amount of commercial customers was up 46% from the previous quarter, which is important as they venture into catering towards a diverse field of customers. In addition, they reported government revenue of $218 million. In terms of profitability, Palantir's revenue increased by 36% from $289 million in quarter 3 of 2020 to $392 million in quarter 3 of 2021, with a promising 30% leap in gross profit margin from 48% to 78%. Despite Palantir not currently making any operating profits, the operating margin has increased each quarter. Looking at the stats, we see that the PB ratio is 18.79. This is a concern among investors as a high PB ratio indicates that the stock is expensive relative to the returns it offers. However, it is highly likely that they will meet these valuations with strong year-over-year growth. Looking at the chart, we see that since Palantir's IPO, it has experienced extreme volatility. Price currently is sitting at nearly double its IPO price at $20. On the week chart, price is consolidating in this range between $20 and $30, however, it has been in a downtrend. I'm looking for a break of this downtrend line here in green, but I'd be fine if you started scaling into your position now, as price action is at a solid area of support that it has held many times in the past. Analysts currently have Palantir as a moderate sell with an average price target of $23 and a high price target of $31. I still believe that Palantir stock is a promising buy and hold based on the growth in the data mining market and steady increases in revenue. However, its high valuation could limit rapid growth, especially in the near term. Given that price action is at a strong level of support, I'd be looking to buy shares and take profits around the $35 to $40 range with an anticipated move before June of 2022. However, I wouldn't be opposed to buying this and holding this long-term, say, in your retirement account. Alright, so next up I have Nvidia, or ticker symbol NVDA. This is a tech company that arguably makes the gold standard of GPUs, or graphics processing units. In addition, they design SoCs, or system-on-a-chip units, for mobile and automotive devices. While Nvidia is a great gaming and self-driving technology play, one of their biggest opportunities may actually lie in the metaverse. Since Facebook introduced us to the metaverse a month ago, investors have been looking for ways to invest in an up-and-coming sector with potential for massive growth. Well, interestingly enough, Nvidia already took its first step into the metaverse. In 2019, they introduced the Omniverse platform, which enables 3D simulation and design collaboration, cue my earlier mention of Roblox. This platform enables designers to build simulated environments for testing and training robots or self-driving cars before actually deploying them. Nvidia's CEO Jensen Huang believes that the metaverse will be a new economy that is larger than our current economy. Given Nvidia's standing as having the gold standard in terms of GPUs, we could easily see this company being the backbone of this new economy. Coming over to the income statement, we see that it has strong revenue growth with margins above that sweet spot of 40%. Its PB ratio is 34, which means that Nvidia stock trades at 34 times sales. This is quite a premium compared with other chip makers such as AMD, which trades at 13 times sales. The beta is 1.45, which indicates that this stock can grow faster than the market. Looking at the chart, we can see that Nvidia's share price has skyrocketed 150% since the beginning of 2021 and 455% since the beginning of 2020. I have a speed line here which can be seen in green. I've been day trading the stock, buying calls as it touches the speed line and buying puts when price gets overextended. Analysts have Nvidia as a strong buy with an average price target of 358 and a high of 400. Looking ahead, I see a lot of opportunity for this stock in the short term. Although this stock is very expensive given its high PB ratio, I believe that there's a lot of opportunity here to day trade this stock in the near term. If you'd like to enter a long-term position here, I wouldn't be opposed to you buying shares. Just be prepared for the volatility and make sure to average into your position. So my last pick is Vanguard's Total International Stock ETF, or stock ticker VXUS. This is a safer pick since it is an ETF and it will give you the opportunity to diversify your holdings by buying a broad range of companies outside of the US. With recent turmoil in the US markets, public faith has dwindled, leading to some looking to investment opportunities abroad. Having some of your money work for you outside its borders can be a great way to get international diversification. Take note that the world's economy is extremely interconnected, so this is not necessarily a hedge against poor economy in the US, as it is unlikely that economic turmoil in the US would leave international markets unscathed. So while you can reap the benefits of diversification by investing in Vanguard's Total International Stock ETF, don't expect massive growth here. This is one of those ETFs that I actually hold my Vanguard Roth account and I dollar cost average into this position every few months when the price is at an attractive level. Taking a look at the day chart, we can see that it has come off of its high at $68 in June and is in a bit of a downtrend with price sitting at around $62. On the weekly chart, we can see that the 5 EMA recently crossed the 20 to the downside, which is a bearish sign, meaning that the stock has room to fall lower. Also, price action closed below the 50-week moving average, so I see our next level of support at $61. Our buy zone here is between $57.81 and $61.23. The bottom of this range is supported by the 200 EMA, which also acts as a very strong level of support. For those of you looking to diversify your portfolio with a safe pick, Vanguard's Total International Stock ETF is a great option. You should expect a decent likelihood of reasonable performance over time in line with how international markets perform. This ETF is a great candidate to making regular investments over time. So those are my top stocks for the month of December. As always, remember to do your own due diligence on the stocks that I mentioned here. I've got a lot of faith in each of these stocks to do well in the coming months, but that doesn't replace doing your own research on them to determine if they are the right investment for you. Also, if you haven't signed up for a Robinhood account already, go ahead, click on the link in the description below to claim your free stock. Ultimately, it's a win-win because you'll not only be supporting me and enable me to create more content just like this for you, but you'll also get a free share of stock as well. If you haven't already done so, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to tap that notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. Also, be sure to follow my Instagram at TraderIsaacs as I post daily stock market tips, tricks, and trivia on there. Anyways, thank you so much for watching and happy investing. Peace.